So it's 4:02 p.m. So I'll just go ahead and open the meeting, call the meeting to order, and I'll ask if Miss Sylvia can do the roll call for us, please.
Okay, Willie Black. Willie Black. You present?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Evelyn Bryant.
Present.
Raymond Davis.
Present.
Sylvia's here. Atiba Johnson. Atiba Johnson. Tasha Thomas. Tasha Thomas. Kamika Sidbury.
Late.
Present.
Anika Williams. Anika Williams. Okay, that's all the members.
All right. Thank you, Miss Sylvia.
Okay.
So I know that we haven't had an opportunity, or I don't know if y'all have. I hadn't had an opportunity to review the minutes.
Do you want me to read them?
That would be great.
Okay, I'll read them.
There's Atiba.
Oh, Atiba's on? Okay, hold on. Let me go back and mark your present, man. Okay, anybody else signed on?
You good?
Okay. I moved and I lost y'all. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for some reason I lost. But anyway, okay, I'll read the minutes. Commission on African American History meeting minutes, September 13, 2021, 4:07 p.m. Commissioners present: Willie Black, Evelyn Bryant, Raymond Davis, Sylvia S. A. Long, and Kamika Sidbury. Commissioners absent: Atiba Johnson, Tasha Thomas, and Anika Williams. Staff present: Penny Spicer Sidbury, City Clerk. The meeting was called to order by Commissioner Evelyn Bryant, Chair. Roll call was done by the Secretary. The Chair called for a motion to accept the minutes of the August meeting. Commissioner Willie Black made the motion. It was seconded by Commissioner Raymond Davis. The motion passed. Old business. Support letter for a Dr. Hubert Eaton Sr. marker. A lengthy discussion was held with Mrs. Isla Speller, and I spelled her name incorrect, so I'll change that, to clarify her request of the commission. Mrs. Speller is looking for support and help with selecting a site in the city to be part of the North Carolina Civil Rights Trail. She has not submitted any paperwork. Commissioner Kamika Sidbury will continue to work with Mrs. Speller. Chair Evelyn Bryant will bring the request up for a vote at the next meeting. Marker for Dr. Hubert Eaton Sr.'s residence. Commissioner Willie Black met with Jeff Walton, Associate City Planner. The next step is for an in-depth study on the cultural significance of the property. It was suggested that contact be made to Beverly Tetterton, who has the experience with collecting historical information on properties. Getting the data may take 2 years. Mr. Lenny Simpson wants things to move quickly. He has planned a book signing in October. Partnership with North Carolina African American Heritage. Commission Chair Evelyn Bryant is waiting for a response from Angela Thorpe, who will be invited to the next meeting. Marker for Central Baptist Church. A discussion was held on the Commission's involvement with the market event. The event will be a collaboration of different groups. The Commission will be responsible for hosting the program and for holding a reception. Reverend Ben Chavis and Reverend Barber will be speakers. The city and the county will financially sponsor the event. New business. African American Museum. Gregory Congregational Church's pastor will be invited to a meeting to discuss this. The museum will be at the church. The pastor will write grants. Time for a cemetery. Dr. Lee Monroe will be invited to a meeting to discuss environment. Chair Evelyn Bryant shared plans of the 1898 Commemorative Committee. Meeting adjourned at 5 p.m. Submitted by Sylvia S. Alone. There are probably some corrections that need to be done.
Thank you, Ms. Sylvia. We have heard the minutes that have been read from the last meeting in September. Can I get a motion to accept them?
I'll make the motion to accept.
Can I get a second?
I second.
A motion has been moved, properly second. All in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. The minutes have been accepted. Thank you. The minutes have been- So we're on to old business, updates on projects, the historical marker of 1406 Orange Street, Mr. Black. And if you can, for those who can you mute your phones while others are speaking, please? Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't have a significant update since the last meeting. The only new thing that I have is that I did speak with Lenny Simpson and went over, all the information with him and telling him, where we're at on this project. And he's not pleased with the pace. He's not very pleased at the moment, but I told him that I would definitely, keep him abreast of everything that was happening, and hopefully we can, get to a conclusion sooner than later.
Okay, so you're saying he's disappointed in the
He is
length of time?
Yes, he's disappointed, and he's very vocal about it. So I'm going to tell you, he's not pleased, but I tried to, kind of make him understand, the process, but he's still not pleased.
Well, I mean, it's nothing. I mean, we just going through the process, so you can't do anything to speed it up.
Of course.
Okay, thank
But
you.
he doesn't feel that he doesn't feel that the cultural he doesn't feel that needs to be done, the cultural report.
I didn't hear you, Willie. He doesn't feel, what about the culture?
He doesn't feel that is necessary.
Well, it's part of the process, isn't it?
And that's what I was trying to explain to him, but he doesn't feel that way.
Okay, so, and I get it. He was trying to prepare, thinking he could unveil that marker at the same time of the sighting of the young lady he brought in, which I think was this past week. And I think that staff, in other words, you as a commission is going as far as you can go at this point with this project. And staff next step was to get a historian to do the cultural work that you're referring to.
That's correct, yes.
Right, and so
Yes,
Beverly
the
Tech, the name that we were given. Yeah, we're trying to get her to see if she could do it for complimentary or not as much money as we know it's gonna cost. So I'll get back with you when I hear from Beverly. Really.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments for Commissioner Black? If none, we're moving right along. Partnership with North Carolina African American Heritage Commission. Ms. Thorpe and I have been emailing back and forth. We have a scheduled meeting on October the 19th. And so from there, I'll share at our next meeting what we discussed and go from there. Any questions or comments? If none, moving right along. The status of the request for the NC Highway Historical Marker for Ms. Sonia Patrick. Mr. Black.
Well, where we were at the last meeting, we were waiting on Ms. Patrick to submit a version of the program, that could be edited. And at this point, I know we received another version of the program last week. I think it had all of the things that you asked, Penny, I believe, because I did look at it.
Right. You should have received 6 different programs. 6 different.
Oh, okay.
And we are being recorded. We're on television, so I'll try to be as discreet as possible.
Okay.
But just, yes, the commission, you, and Evelyn, as well as Linda Thompson, who is our counterpart at the county side, did get 6 different programs. The commission is the sponsor of this program in collaboration with the folks that work with the state to get the marker. We asked if she's missed 2 deadlines on getting us the information. And so the next step from a city standpoint for the commission is that I will take, as a result of what we met and discussed, and put it into a format, and I'll send it out for you all to bless before we actually print the actual program. To do invites. And so I will build the invitation list based on what you all have in file, what we normally do when we invite people to your events. We will still do that. There'll be county and city officials and state officials represented. And there's a reception. I think we talked about a reception that's being hosted after that reception, which we thought was going to be on the rooftop of a business on the 4th Street side, is now going to be here at City Hall in Council Chamber.
Okay.
And there will be tickets issued, VIP ticket issues. Everybody on the commission will get an invitation or a ticket to attend. And I don't think we can exceed the number 50. So we're going to have to put the list, and then we're going to probably have to cut it down because we have to still follow COVID guidelines. I will tell you, commission, I was told today that the county's diversity office is going to cover the expense of the reception. Middle of the Island is catering it. It'll probably be just for an hour with some heavy hors d'oeuvres and punches, what Linda told me. So we're on our way. We just have to get Miss Patrick Benetone to see the program, as you all have helped and tried to work it out. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Penny. Okay, so the next item, are there any questions or comments related to that? If none, the next item is the request for, no, I'm sorry, the status of the request of Ms. Isla Speller, Ms. Kamika Sidbury, Commissioner Sidbury.
I am still riding on the road, but I'm going to do my best because my notes are in my bag. So after our meeting, I have actually had a phone conversation, and I met in person with Ms. Speller this morning. And I did some research on understanding the components of the Civil Rights, North Carolina Civil Rights Trail, so that I can envision or just think, okay, what do we need to do as a commission? So one of the key things is we're looking at a marker. And so the marker, the proposed area or the proposed site is being placed on city property. And so one of the recommendations or one of the requests is that you have to have a letter stating from the landlord or municipality that the marker can be placed where it is subjected to be. Ms. Speller is looking to have a marker for Dr. Herbert Eden Sr. in the governmental area. That would be between 3rd and 4th, Francis and Chestnut. I'm thinking that area right up in there. And another request would be to have a letter of support from historical, or that can even be through the foundation. And so that was where we are. And I gained additional insight just on history of the museum and just history of the work that they're doing there today. But that's what I have to bring. And I just need to kind of, understand the next step. The process is, so this is what I need to, the process is they are doing 50 markers that are physical markers. 10 will be in what we call rural areas, and then the other 40 will be placed throughout the state. The process is just starting, and it will be ongoing to 2023 through the state commission. They also have a virtual civil rights trail. And so that is something we can also look into for not only for this project, for other projects, but we will continue to work on this project together. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I do have a question. So you're saying that, and I just want to make sure that I understand what Ms. Feller is trying to accomplish is a part of the state civil rights trail.
It is the North Carolina Civil Rights Trail. It is a physical trail and it's a virtual trail. She is trying to get a marker place for Dr. Herbert Eaton Sr. in the governmental area for the for the physical attributes. But there are only going to be 40 markers that we can have a possibility. They started this school year, and they're going, this not school year, sorry. They started this year, and it is going to go out until 2023. That's when the program will stop. And so it's a webinar. I did the video webinar where it's pre-recorded, and that's how I got the information.
Oh, good to know.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You need a second letter of support from whom?
Well, no, they just asked for a letter of support from a nonprofit, educational institution, or some type of community, organization. That could be us or whatever. But she was saying that she can even get a letter of support from the foundation.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But from the commission standpoint, what she would need from the commission is a letter from the municipality, such as the city of Wilmington, stating that a marker to be placed on whatever land site is chosen. And I think there was only one marker, and I don't know, it's only one marker on 3rd and Princess, and I know it's another site, but I think that's one marker on 3rd and Princess.
All right, are there any other questions for Commissioner Sidbury? If there are none, moving right along. Request for Gregory Congregational Church and the African American Museum. Ms. Penny, were you gonna give us an update on that?
We are still waiting on the pastor, and we will probably see him during the 1898 celebrations. He was supposed to get some detailed information for the commission, but if he does not get it to me, I'll send him a note and maybe he can give it to you verbally, and I just extend an invitation to him to come to one of your meetings. But I have not gotten anything in hand, just a telephone call.
Thank you. So moving on, we're going to new business, and I know it's not on the agenda, but I'm just gonna ask if Ms. Penny, if she doesn't mind, give us an update on the upcoming events and how we need participation from the commissioners.
I'm I'm sorry, everyone should have gotten the 1898 commemorative activities, and I'll send you an update. It's pretty much the same. But I will say next Tuesday at 10:30 a.m., the county's diversity office, in collaboration with the 1898 committee, the city of Wilmington and the county, is holding a press conference on that date to unveil the list of week-long events for 1898. And so just as a reminder, it kicks off on Monday, November 1st, with a proclamation that they're asking the city and the county to do, commemorating and recognizing the 1898 activities and what happened with the massacre. And then on Wednesday, November 3rd at 12 noon, they're going to be at the 1898 park and review the history. And so I think they're calling it Wilmington 101, but it's basically the history of 1898. On Thursday, the 4th, there's going to be a prayer vigil with the clergy and some of our churches. And then on Friday, it's going to be a Zoom webinar with the granddaughter of a Durham civil rights activist, Asha Gray Davidson. I think she's originally from Wilmington, but Linda was able to book her to come in or do a signing, which I can send you all that as well. You just go online, you download the link, and you're able to register for the different events. Now, the commission's event is, of course, the marker, which is the unveiling of the marker for that Ms. Benetton Patrick has been working with the commission on. And it takes place on the 10th of November at 12 noon. The marker is, of course, the state has done the marker. It's going to be placed at 3rd and Red Cross Street, which is city property, at 12 noon. And then that evening, they're going to have at 6:30 a unity service at, it was at St. Luke, but now it's at Macedonia Church. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Evelyn, they said they needed some ushers. They needed the commission members from our group as well as the county group. And so I will send out a reminder for you all to tell me who all can assist with that. And then I'll try to mark those. It'd be nice to have a representative of each of these events, but especially for the marker event. That is something that you as a commission is the host. And then, of course, it's followed by—
Can you state the time of the marker event?
12 noon. Is
okay, but what day is that on? That's what I'm asking. I'm sorry.
Wednesday, the 10th of November.
Okay.
And so that's pretty much it. Again, I'll send out the week of activities so you all can pick and choose which ones you think you'll be able to make. But please, if you can, be at the unveiling of the marker, the reception, and then maybe you could host, because Dr. Ben Chavis and Dr. Barber will be here. They're confirmed, but they will be here to participate in this week-long of activities. And I'll be happy to answer any other questions y'all might have.
So what events are in the afternoon?
Say that again.
Can you, did they change any other time for events that are in the afternoon?
Not to my knowledge, but I'll send the flyer out again.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments?
Well, I do have a comment, and so I guess I'm gonna keep going with this one. I just don't appreciate that all these events are at 12 o'clock, because I work, and yeah, people say it's lunchtime, but it's not my lunchtime. And so that's just, but that's neither here nor there. So now, but that is my comment. So just be in mind.
And I appreciate that. I think the only one that's at 12 is, no, I apologize. Yeah, is the marker. The other one, is 12 noon would be the Memorial Park, and that's on November the 3rd. And I think that when people are planning these events, they're thinking more so of people who could take off on their lunch breaks and attend, and not necessarily those who work and can't really go anywhere for lunch. So. Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
The one on November 3rd, sorry, this is Tasha. That's, I'm not looking at my calendar. One of those events on Monday, like the first Monday?
Monday,
November?
November the 1st, they're just doing the signing of the proclamation. That's not
Oh,
something,
okay.
yeah, that's being
Something
done,
we have to attend.
right, that's gonna be done at the county commissioners meeting for, and then, of course, the mayor will sign his.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, now that you said that, will that be on the city council's agenda for that month also? Or,
I can't answer that. We're gonna have to see, because of course, the mayor can sign proclamations without it being on our council agenda.
right, okay, just
But the
check.
county, yeah, but the county has to do differently.
Uh-huh, okay. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? If there are none, I guess that's all. Are there any announcements? Y'all are mighty quiet today. Y'all are hard audience. Well, if nothing else, I guess I will call this meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great
Thank
rest
you.
of the week, great afternoon.
All right.
Reach out if you need to.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody.